Hi! I bet you were as excited as me when we hear about Minecraft 1.18. But then I thought, hey, what about this old world I've been working on for the last couple years? Maybe it's not an ultra-developed world, but I have expended quite a long time building, breeding, and farming. What about all that time? I tried a test conversion with one of the first experimental snapshots, and the results were awful. Then some people said, well, your old world will have to be archived and you'll have to start a new world. Fortunately, the big brains in Mojang developed blending and all changed, and now I feel a little more confident of converting my old world. That's what I'm going to do today, and perhaps answer the question, will my world survive Minecraft 1.18? This is my base. It's actually about 3000 blocks away from my spawn point. I end up here because I wanted to be near a coral reef, and this was the closest I found. At the north there's a vast snowy tundra with a village, and at the south is all mountains. Now let's take a quick view of the surroundings so we can see how much it is going to change. And here we have the snowy tundra village. This is where I borrowed my first villager. He actually is still living in my villager breeder. For thousands of blocks, you will only find snow. Now we go for the south. We change the white for the gray. Here's where I built my overworld gold farm. This is an old mountains biome. Lots of stone and lots of snow. Back there is the sea, and the taiga near my house can be seen from here. Around the base are the other buildings and farms, but I'm not changing anything here. And now we're going for a longer trip to my spawn base, and the quickest way is through the nether. What's the best mode of transportation through the nether? Of course, it is the horse. You know it, I know it, so let's take a ride. And here we are, but it's a little late in the night, so I better go to sleep and continue tomorrow. Oh, my aim is so bad in the morning. The creeper just caused me to sheep. My spawn base is very simple. A little house with a couple things in it. Around here you'll see plains, forest, the desert, and a couple mountains. Back there is the village, where I set my first villager trading hall. I remember there was a cave spider spawner down this ravine, but it looks like it was deleted when I went from 1.16.5 to 1.17. And here you have the village. Passing that dark forest is my spawn point, and next to it there's another village, but I don't think I'm keeping it. Well, this is everything I'm intending to keep, so now it's time to do some chunk erasing. For this, I am using MCA Selector, which allows me to load my world and delete what I don't want to keep. So I'll just open my world folder and the program will show me everything that has been loaded, as if I were up in the sky. Here is my spawn base. Here is the village with the trading hall. All this is the desert and the mountains, and here is the other village, near the spawn point in the savanna biome. Way here is my base. The coral reef is huge. Up north is a snowy country with a village. And by the south, the gold farm and the mountains and the taiga. Well, I guess it's time to delete. By the way, don't forget to back up your world before doing this, because once you delete something, it's gone forever. I think I'll keep this chunk of taiga, but everything else is gone. Okay, now my spawn area. I just remembered that there's a zombie village on the south. I think I'll keep it. Well, this is it. Time to load Minecraft 1.18 and see what happened. Don't you love this screen? Man, these mountains are so gorgeous. Okay, here we are. Let's keep a couple seconds to load the terrain and go for the big reveal. Oh, look at this! There's a mountain right in front of the house. And there's more over there. Apparently, the only plains remaining are in the chunks I kept. Everything else was replaced by mountains. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love the snow caps. There's a village that now is in the base of the mountain, and oh, it seems the villagers now have neighbors. Man, a pillager outpost just appeared right next to the village. There goes the neighborhood. Oh, something is not right here. This is crazy. I have to take a closer look. Have you ever had that feeling of being watched? Wow, this outpost looks like an air invasion to the village. I don't know if this is even legal. But I guess that's the consequence of keeping all chunks. I definitely need to get closer and welcome the new neighbors. Looks like my stalker decided to come out of his hideout. Ah, here comes the welcome party. Leave me alone, man. I warn you. Well, you asked for it. I have to admit that this village looks a lot better now. The landscape is just amazing. And that snowy mountain, man. I think I'll take a look around to see how much everything changed. Oh, here we have one of the new improved caves, and it seems to be full of life. I can see a bunch of creepers, creeping around. I'm not going to explore this cave today. Besides, another welcome party seems to be coming to me. But I'm afraid I have no time to party now. I think around here is, or should be, my spawn point. And what do you think? There's a village just ahead. Let's take a look. Villagers seem to like to live on the edge, because villages always seem to appear right next to or over the caves. And this cave has some unwanted occupants. This one wants to ambush me. I'm not a fan of the caves, mostly because I'm a coward. But this one looks safe, so I'll risk taking a peek. These caves really are amazing, but that's all the caving I'm doing today. Before returning to my main base, I went to visit the old zombie village. And there it is, surrounded by new mountains and taigas. This landscape used to be mostly plains and a dark forest. Now it is a much more interesting view. Of course, as soon as I set foot on the village, a zombie comes to greet me. Get out of the way, Dolly! Okay, that's enough wandering around. Let's head to the main base and see how things resolve over there. As usual, let's make sure there are no surprises around. Well, the ocean looks pretty much the same, and I don't really expect so much changes because I kept a lot of chunks around the base. The first notorious change I notice is this place. There used to be a mountain, and now it's some kind of hilly plains. You can see clearly where the old chunks blend with the new ones in the sea. I'll take a walk to the gold farm and see what more has changed. Remember, all this was a mountain biome that connected to a big forest. Here's the old path connecting to the base with the gold farm. I kept these chunks just for fun. All these were big mountains, well, big for 170. With the river between them and the ocean definitely could not be seen from here. Oh look, there's another ocean over there. Well, the mountains are gone. There's a lot of llamas now. And look at that! I have neighbors now! That's what remains of the old mountains. And back there seems to be all plains. Here's my new neighborhood. The ocean took over the mountains in what was the taiga. All the mountains turned to plains, and there's even bees over there. Now we're flying to the north, and what used to be a snowy tundra is now stone shores and forests. And of course, now it's red. Behind me you can see once again where old and new chunks blend. Whoa, there's some kind of forest here. Dark oak, birch, there's even a jungle there. But for the moment, I'll stop in that savanna. Hey, Doggy! Crazy weather, huh? There's no trace of the snow anymore around here. All these chunks passed from cold to warm on the update. And take a look at that amazing cave. Here we are, back home. But I want a better spot to finish this incredible tour around my old/new world, and definitely not in the middle of the rain. That's better. Well folks, that's all for today. My new world, it's just amazing. If you like what you saw, how about you let me know? Thanks for doing this tour with me, and I hope to see you next time. For now, this was Kipis. Be nice.